suddenly felt a chill. On the contrary, you don't seem like you belong here. You, Choi Gikyeong. Filthy and despicable words are all that can describe you. How did you do this? How did you summon me? And even see my memories? You fulfilled the conditions for the grudge summon. Grudge summoning? What? I'm a millionth tier necromancer, so I honestly don't know what's going on either. What am I even babbling about? Anyway, thank you for saving me, Co Dag. I don't know what you're thanking me for. Suddenly, the magic circle flickered. Choi Gikyeong quickly crouched down, fearing he'd lose his balance and be thrown off. What's going on? A voice suddenly echoed from outside. Choi Gikyeong turned his head. Bae Jimin and Lim Jisoo hadn't left yet. They were the two people from earlier. They were still nearby. In a few minutes, you'll be thrown out of here because of this state. It can't hold for much longer. Is Choi Gikyeong completely clueless? But it's still dangerous out there. What do you mean? It took you half a minute to understand? Didn't you save me? Seodiwin continued to look at him coldly. Then he said indifferently, "What were you thinking?" Choi Gikyeong's jaw dropped in shock. What did he say? I didn't bring you here to save you in the first place. The nature of a vengeful spirit is simply to influence the development of the Lake Lore. That's all. Then I don't know how dangerous it is out there. But aren't you asking too much from a dead man? Why are you just sitting there? Oh, I've got it. There's another way. So, Seodiwin, you'll make a contract with me? If I've been summoned here, regardless of the reason, it means Seodiwin has a wish, and I'm the one who can help him fulfill it. Seodiwin was a powerful player when he was alive, so if we make a contract, we can both get what we want. Seodiwin remained silent for a few seconds after the offer. Choi Gikyeong watched him anxiously, filled with anticipation. Then he heard him say, "No, thank you." He almost collapsed. Choi Gikyeong couldn't believe it. But why? I'm a summoner. I saw your memories. I know you want revenge. If you make a contract with me. Before he could finish, Seodiwin cut him off. Even if I made a contract with you, what good would it do? You're weak. I'm a 1,000,000 Hosung. If I said I could help this soul get revenge, you would definitely want to make a contract with me. That's what you thought, right? Seodiwin relentlessly criticized him. A weakling like you could help me get revenge? How? Choi Gikyeong was completely speechless. At his words, I'm being interrogated. I have to say something. It wasn't the first time he'd heard this. Ever since he became a Hosung, he'd heard countless whispers. I knew it would be like this. He can't do anything. He's a total failure. Everyone rejected him, leaving him alone. Even when he reached out to them, no one heard. They left, laughing and oblivious. But I did. Choi Gikyeong gritted his teeth. You're right, he finally said. I am weak. But there's nothing wrong with wanting to live, is there? I don't want to die like this. All I want is to live a normal life like everyone else. Tears welled up in Choi Gikyeong's eyes. I'll do anything you want. Please. Just this once. He sobbed, pleading. Give me a chance. Seodiwin remained silent for a moment. Finally, a sinister smile spread across his face. Anything. Choi Gikyeong looked up, startled. The man before him vanished. Seodiwin, he stammered. Red smoke enveloped the yellow magic circle. White tendrils shot up from beneath Choi Gikyeong's feet. One of the vines, like a rope, tightly coiled around his neck. A flower slowly bloomed, rising upward. It turned out the vines were leaves of a crimson flower, supple and swaying like snakes. Choi Gikyeong was lifted into the air. The flower, from a giant bud, blossomed into a large flower. At the flower's center wasn't a pistol, but a human skeleton. Right in the middle of the skull's forehead was a tattoo of the infinity symbol with the number 10 above it. It emitted a strangely beautiful and mysterious pink light. Petals fell and scattered around him. Choi Gikyeong, dumbfounded, forgot to be afraid. The petals opened wider. They drooped slightly, making way for the skeleton to silently emerge. Ding! A screen appeared. Vengeance Pact. Until the conditions for completing the objective are met, the pact is agreed upon by both parties. Vengeance Pact holds a binding power, stronger than any other agreement. It supersedes all other contracts and relationships. If the pact is broken by non-fulfillment, instead of completion, the violating party will receive due punishment. Vengeance Pact. Choi Gikyeong is now the master, and Seodiwin is now the servant. I swear to obey. A master will do anything, without limitation, to help the servant achieve vengeance. This agreement will automatically terminate upon completion of the servant's vengeance. The servant is responsible for protecting the master. However, the master has no right to give orders that would normally apply to ordinary servants or subordinates. 5. The master and subordinate will not share experience. 6. Penalties will be applied if any of the above are violated. Master, subordinate, CO Day 1, sign here. Choi Gi-ju gripped the vine wrapped around his neck, hesitantly reaching out his hand. He signed his name below the word subordinate. As soon as he signed, the contract screen shattered like a piece of paper torn to shreds. You have entered into a revenge pact. New subordinate, CO Day 1, has been added. The infinity symbol above the words faintly glowed, then abruptly appeared on his left ring finger. Choi Gi-ju's level has increased significantly after successfully establishing the revenge pact. Is it over? Suddenly, he felt dizzy and a sharp pain in his head. His vision blurred. Finally, Choi Gi-ju collapsed. The skeletal flower silently emitted a strange, beautiful light. Even as I was losing consciousness, memories of Siadiwen flooded my mind. Memories of the time when the pink ion was destroyed. A man's voice boomed with gravity. A large sphere crashed, shattering a monstrous creature. With a loud bang, a cross-shaped light flashed above the monster. A skeleton? A man zipped past the giant skeleton. Like a lightning bolt, he wielded 2 long swords, slashing diagonally. The surroundings couldn't withstand the impact. Loud rumbles echoed. Debris rained down. A girl with long pink hair landed as lightly as a feather. A blond man shielded his face with his hand, then peeked through his fingers. Guns were cocked and loaded. A massive fire erupted, burning fiercely. The skeletal monster seemed completely unaffected by the attacks. In its chest, a sphere began to form. The pink-haired girl fearlessly charged forward, thrusting her weapon straight towards the sphere forming in the monster's chest. Bang! The girl was launched high into the air. Rumbling, cracking, and snapping sounds echoed. The blond man, witnessing the scene, couldn't help but grit his teeth. The monster remained unharmed, continuing to gather power in its chest. Damn it! It took a deep breath. All the bone fragments began to reassemble into a complete skeleton. A warning flashed on the screen. The corpse lord has been resurrected. A sword slammed into the ground with a thud. It's not that we don't have enough attack power, but there's no way to stop it from resurrecting. This is so frustrating. Garam just told Siadiwen that she'll look for more clues in the other rooms. Bei Jimin also left, saying he'd go support the others. The blond man continuously slashed down the small skeletons around him. He gritted his teeth, unable to hold back a curse. Damn, why isn't John Garen back yet? Siadiwen opened the group chat on his device. He fell into deep thought. Garen still hasn't contacted us. Jimin hasn't found anything either. Is this dungeon really this difficult? Something's not right. I have a bad feeling about this. The Frost boss continued to roar relentlessly. Everyone in Red Aeon fought tirelessly. CO Dagon looked at his teammates. They were running out of time and mana. Dagon muttered for minutes until Golem deactivates. Golem, Red Aeon's giant iron golem, couldn't hold on much longer. It's a waste to just leave it here taking hits. He strokes his chin, thinking, what should we do? In this case, it's better to let it explode. It'll buy us time until we recover. What? You said it only had 4 minutes left. I'll pay for the repairs. You're so ruthless. It'll never recover. The armor silently confronts Bone Crusher. Sendo signals silently to those behind him. Self-destruct mode activated. An explosion erupts from within the golem's chest. Boom! An incredibly powerful explosion, blazing intensely. So much so that the surrounding earth and rocks are thrown hundreds of meters away. All the other skeletal monsters nearby are obliterated by the blast. They shield their faces, using their swords for balance. The explosion gradually subsides. The surroundings are enveloped in a hazy smoke. Did we kill it? Hey, don't say such careless things. Just then, Siadago received a message. Jimin sent me a message. He sent a single word, Dagal Olympus. Pay attention to the boss monsters. Dagon and Garam are severely injured. Siadago, how badly? Bei Jimin, his hands and eyes, they're bleeding profusely. Siadago, isn't your full recovery skill working? Bei Jimin, no, it's still on. Cool down. I'll use emergency escape. So approved. Bei Jimin requesting emergency escape. Commencing emergency escape. What did he say? Garam is injured? I'm bringing him and Jimin back. Emergency escape, 29%. Why is Dagal just watching the screen? Something feels wrong. Wait, CO Jimin. Where did that arrow come from? With a thud, it pierced straight into Dagal's back. He spat out a mouthful of blood. Siadawen, right in front of everyone, was stabbed. Blood splattered. His teammates watched him collapse, screaming, "See it, one!" Ha! Just like Li Dujin said. A woman in high heels walked towards them. Impossible to sense this, even for perceptive people like you. "Hello there, Seeda-one. Lim Jisoo, what are you doing? Attacking another worm during a dungeon raid is..." She grabbed Seeda-one's hair and yanked his head up. "It seems our dear friend from Red Aeon still doesn't understand what's going on. Look, those in other uniforms are relentlessly attacking the Red Aeon members. That uniform is Chongryong, Opera, and even the workshop master. All familiar faces, aren't they? We formed a team just to eliminate you." She threw Seo Dagon aside, then stomped on his face. "After completing the scenario in the tower, Pink Ion souls will be prioritized for top scenario completions. In the future, you think we'd just sit back and watch you secretly plot behind our backs? Ha! You look pretty surprised that I know about it." A figure slowly approached them. Was it? A familiar face gradually came into view. It's none other than Bei Jimin. "Why did you think I left, Dagon?" Escape progress, 48%. So Garam was betrayed. He coughed up blood as he finished his sentence. A delighted laugh erupted from Lim Jisoo. "Ha! I warned you a long time ago. Seeda-one, learn to behave. How does it feel? Betrayed by your own teammate?" Seeda-one didn't say anything. He just coughed. His eyes, losing focus, looked at Bei Jimin. "I don't understand, Bei Jimin. How badly did you want it? To resort to this? You abandoned the members who risked their lives for you along with all the benefits, guaranteed as a member of Red Ion. What do you want?" His consciousness was fading. Seeda-one didn't have the strength to get up anymore. He lay still on the ground. He was sure. Seeda-one slowly closed his eyes. He wouldn't live to hear the answer. Tears welled up in Choi Ji-kyung's eyes. He slowly opened his eyes, seemingly still unable to comprehend what happened. He slowly sat up. This couldn't be a dream, could it? These must be Seeda-one's last memories from when he was alive. Bei Jimin's betrayal, suffering the same fate as his teammates. Choi Ji-kyung wiped away the tears falling down his cheek, remembering the pact he made with him. Before he could process anything, Seeda-one appeared beside him like a ghost. He successfully scared Choi Ji-kyung, making him stumble back repeatedly. "You finally woke up? You were asleep for quite a while." Seeda-one. Seeda-one, like a little mischievous spirit, flew around giggling. "Making fun of you for crying? You look so ugly." Choi Ji-kyung waved at the mischievous little Seeda-one. "What in the world?